Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa Ibom. Discover Akwa. Hey. Welcome to Akwa Ibom, the best place to be. Welcome to Akwa Ibom, the promised land. I discover Akwa Ibom, a peaceful people. So you are welcome to Akwa Ibom. Come on, come in.
I want to go home. I'm from Akwa Ibom. In case you don't know, Akwa Ibom,
Welcome to the new Akwa Ibom State. Today, through God's divine mandate, Akwa Ibom is blessed with Governor UDOM EMMANUEL, who is committed to the industrialization of Akwa Ibom State, passionate in human capacity development and empowerment, creative in the area of agriculture, reliable in superior infrastructure, and focused on the Akwa Ibom project. Be part of the winning team. Come, let's build Akwa Ibom together.
The progress of this state lies in the unity and love we show.
The Human Capital Development Initiative of the Akwa Ibom State Governor Mr. UDOM EMMANUEL is one that has undoubtedly turned out to be a template and development module for other states to emulate. Since assumption of office on 29th May 2015, Governor EMMANUEL has left no one in doubt that he means well and has the interests of the people at heart, with the Midas touch he has brought to governance, involving the people in his everyday running of his government. EMMANUEL's leadership style is all-embracing. Men, women, children, youths and even the elderly are touched in several ways in what could aptly be seen as reward for their steadfastness and massive support to his administration. Coming from the banking world where financial discipline is the key word, Governor EMMANUEL has judiciously managed the finances of the state to the satisfaction of all. For instance, Akwa Ibom State ranks amongst one of the very few states where workers' salaries are paid promptly at a time when payment of salaries in other states was an issue, prompting a directive from the presidency that states use their share of Paris funds refunds to pay their workers and pensioners. In this regard, Akwa Ibom State was way ahead of others.
I cannot eat and then deny the source of the food. It's not practical and it's not rewarding. We are talking about multiplier effect. If I don't have the 1 kobo I have, because civil servants are not paid so highly, very little, but the small we have adds up to circulate in the economy. He has done very well. He has paid pensions. Today, if the sitting worker receives salary today, tomorrow the pensioner will. And in the civil service, we've moved to the extent that if you should discontinue at retirement at 12 midnight today, your name becomes active in the pensions payroll.
Judging from other governments, they've been trying their best. But in terms of our governor, UDOM EMMANUEL, I would say it's workers friendly, because we received our salary 3 days before now. At least that is a plus to him.
I really want to appreciate our able governor. He has done so much for civil servants. Our salary is being paid when due, and we are very, very grateful for that, because he is a promise keeper to all civil servants.
We are receiving our salary as at when due. So I give you 100%. If I can even add 1 plus, there will be 101%.
During the era of UDOM,
Chief Judge,
we have experienced
SSG,
and appreciated
my head of
the
service,
prompt payment
my
of pension
commissioner for
to
labor,
only civil pensioners.
fine hand.
We are grateful to him. These are the people who are solidly behind him in annal of his administration. We appreciate him. We have been supporting him and will continue to support him.
For this feat, and despite being a governor from the opposition, Governor Emmanuel was recently honored with the Integrity and National Services Award by the Presidency. The award, presented by the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, and received on behalf of the Governor by the Information and Strategy Commissioner Charles Udo, was indicative of another leadership position for Akwa Ibom in providing the bulk of infrastructure and assets by which the federal government of Nigeria earned good international rating in terms of governance deliverables. This is an affirmation of Mr. President's midterm report, which Akwa Ibom took a lion's share of the plaudits. To education, the UDOM Emmanuel administration has been irrepressible, maintaining its stance that every child of school age in the state, whether indigene or visitor, must be in school under its free and compulsory qualitative education policy. Every year, the government pays an average of 600 million naira as fees to West African Examinations Council for students writing the WASE examination. The gesture has saved parents and guardians the headache of paying such fees as the nation's economy continues on the downward trend.
In the last 3 years, the government has paid over 2 billion naira as examination fees for our students sitting for WAEC and NATEP examinations. Akwa Ibom State is blessed with qualified teachers, but the government doesn't stop at that. It makes sure they go on refresher courses and capacity building workshops. This is done to improve their knowledge base and equip them to better deliver qualitative education to our children.
I'm encouraged because in the general learning environments of our school, we have a conducive environment for learning, well-equipped libraries where we can go in to make researches, and we also carried out our assignments. We also do most of our assignments in the library. When we come to the science laboratory, we have well-equipped chemicals, and we also have good and qualified teachers in our school and who are dedicated to their duties. And the students here in the school are also hardworking, and they are ready to study in order to make it in life.
Right now, we have a renovation in progress, which actually is being done, being supported by the governor of our state, and I thank him very much for the development. So our learning environment is conducive, is improved, because by the renovation of these blocks, the students gain a conducive environment for learning, and learning processes is improved in our school.
I am here to thank the governor for what he has done for us. I want to thank him for giving us education, good health, good roads, and we say God will give him long life, protect his family, in the mighty name of Jesus.
Free and compulsory education. I've been told that no nation can rise above the level of its education. So if the government is giving free and compulsory education to all citizens, it is an indication of how prosperous this state will be in the next future. So yes, the free and compulsory education has brought out all our children to school. It is an absolute positive policy, and the government is following that up as it is renovating classrooms, as paying teacher salaries and other things that are coming up. We appreciate that so much.
Every student in model school must do something outstanding. You must either pass the exam so well that the day we go for science competition, you must win prize for the state. The day we go for essay competition, you must win prize for the state. Then if you don't win prize for us on that, The day we put you in this pitch, you must be able to make the first level of under 17 in Nigeria.
A good way to create wealth for the people is to guarantee their health. Governor UDOM EMMANUEL still sticks to the time-tested truism that health is wealth. The governor is quoted as saying, quote, "We have not relented in ensuring that we have a healthy population that will drive our industrialization process," end of quote, while intimating the people on why his government undertook to intervene in the health sector, starting with St. Luke's Hospital Anwa in Uyo. The governor's quick action in the hospital would be well appreciated when it is recalled that Anwa Hospital for a long time has remained a reference center in gynecology and pediatric services and ought not to be left to degenerate. The primary focus of the governor is on the basic health care, primary and secondary, where the burden of the health sector lies and the largest number of people are involved. Emmanuel's program of free medical care for children aged 1 to 5, pregnant women and the aged parents remain an unbeatable preference. More so, the administration has carried out hundreds of medical interventions on Akwa Ibom citizens with life-threatening illnesses and has sometimes flown them abroad for various medical attentions. To demonstrate love for the people, particularly the vulnerable, Governor Emmanuel directed free medical treatment for victims of the collapsed Rainers Bible Church, Uyo. Of course, those victims were treated free of charge, with the government picking the bills. Healthcare services of the Emmanuel administration are not only limited to Uyo. The Tinang General Hospital was completely rebuilt and fully equipped by the administration.
General patient care in this hospital with the philosophy that the customer, our client this time around, should be made happy. And with that other philosophy that the customer, our patient, is king. So we do everything in our capacity, in our efforts, to see to it that our patients are not only well, but they are happy at the time they leave this hospital. So we really thank God for our able governor once again for the magnanimity in doing a massive renovation, touching every unit, every department of this hospital. They like visiting this hospital. They love it, they like it. So we appreciate the governor. We also want to put in our best to see to it that the efforts of the governor is not in vain.
It's a good thing. We appreciate what the governor is doing. We appreciate what he's doing. It's a very good thing to us and as the mothers.
They did well for us, making it free for us, because before, like if we had to go to private hospitals for immunization, they might charge us one or the other, but here is free. So to say government, thank you, making it possible.
You know, it's a secondary healthcare system. But if you go in there and see the quality of theater that we put in there, look at the quality of incubators, and the emergency system that we wanted to do in Uyo, we want to replicate the same thing here. So we want to make sure that at least things like hip surgery will be done at General Hospital.
The General Hospital Ikono, too, is being completely renovated and re-equipped. 10 of such health facilities across the state are being targeted so that the people of Akwa Ibom, from wherever they stay, will feel the impact of government. The idea is to prevent unnecessary death and stop sufferings from disease. The General Hospital Ikorokoro in Orowanam local government is also receiving the UDOM's Midas touch.
Now we are planting, we are building. Bring your own idea, make we build Akwa Ibom State. Don't stand and look, don't sit and look. Don't talk and yeah. Meanwhile they do nothing, don't look and stand and say. They say I hear, they say. Have you gone to check whether the thing is true? My brother, UDOM is working. Hey, hashtag UDOM is working. Hashtag UDOM is working. Hey, hashtag UDOM is working. Development is a gradual process. Let's join our hands together with Governor UDOM EMMANUEL to build Akwa Ibom.
There is a popular slogan gaining grounds in the state, and it is UDOM cares. What more can a governor do to show that he feels for and cares so much about his people than when on arrival from a trip, he drove straight from the airport to condole with the family of a 7-year-old boy, Jeremiah, who got drowned in a drainage channel due to a downpour which flooded some parts of the city.
I really feel bad that a little child would drown in a gutter, and the way we do underground drainage system here, once it gets into the tunnel, let's say we go to a particular chamber to wait, another time it becomes a little bit late. Try to barricade all the sites so that people won't even get close. Because at times too, people get excited once they see a whole lot of rainwater everywhere. But this is purely an accident.
As a way of encouraging the health workers to be alive to their responsibilities, the state had since June 2015 commenced payment of Consolidated Medical Salary Structure, CONMES, to medical and dental practitioners in its employ, and it's committed to continued investment in healthcare delivery because, to the government, every Akwa Ibom indigene's life matters. Currently, farmers are provided with hybrid cassava stems, seeds, plantain suckers free of charge, while fertilizer is provided at subsidized rate. What is worthy of note is that the governor does not just give the people fish, but teaches them how to fish, in line with the Chinese proverb. This is because he cares for the well-being of the citizens. It is worth reiterating that Akwa Ibom now produces tomatoes and onions in commercial quantities, just as subsidized fertilizers, oil palm and cocoa seedlings had been provided.
Before we began this program, we used to harvest 16 metric tons of cassava. That was the yield. But currently, last year we had 28 metric tons. So we are aiming at 33 metric tons. So that is kind of a low-hanging fruit. We believe that in a few years' time, we won't be self-sufficient in cassava production because we are a population of over 6 million. But we have reduced our dependence on the neighboring states.
This is a new introduction. We used to plant the old type of plantain, and now we have received this one to go and try. I know God will make it fruitful as others want. Next year, we all the farmers, and even in my village, we will join him and push him forward, and God will bring him back for us.
To be honest, the people that's working here now, their children will be working here in 10, 20 years. So that knowledge will be passed on. Even them will be the entrepreneurs of the future, you understand? So a person you see here today might be the grandfather or grandmother of a well-known entrepreneur in 10 years or 20 years.
Around all all the roads we've built, all the hospitals, schools, high-rise buildings, and all of them, everything we've built. If we cannot feed our people, we've not completed the cycle. It's a total approach that we're looking at here. Because once people wake up in the morning, they need to have breakfast before they can go and improve on the productivity for the day. So we are thinking right from what people eat to what people wear to how to build people to capacity that we're looking at. So that's what I call a concept in which we're actually building. It's actually a major revolution that we're carrying out here.
The major pillars of the Governor Emmanuel administration include wealth creation, poverty alleviation, job creation, infrastructure consolidation, and political inclusion. Since the state, in its over 30 years of existence, had remained a civil service state, it behoved on the governor to change the narrative and put the state on a path of viable financial pedestal to shake off the over-dependence on salaries, and this Governor Emmanuel was quite excited to do. To this end, traders have been given interest-free loans to support their businesses. Youths have been sent abroad to train for new techniques in agriculture and ICT, while several others have also been trained abroad to man the new industries that are springing up in the state, courtesy of the UDOM Emmanuel administration.
I really want to thank Jubilee Syringe Manufacturing Company for sending me outside this place. I went to Turkey, and all this experience is being gathered when I went to Turkey. I was trained on injection, different types of machines. That is why you can see all of us here, we can operate all the machines here. So here we do the printing here, and we do assembling here, and we equally do the packing here. And we have the machines we have here. We have the 2 mil, we have the 5 mil, and we have the 10 mil. And we got a lot of experience in Turkey, in Istanbul in Turkey. It was a nice place to be.
Traders in the state have never had it so good, as the state government has for 3 years running given out interest-free loans to them to help grow their businesses. So far, over 2 billion naira has been given out.
The microfinance bank that anchors this scheme, they have done very well. No more is still expected from the microfinance bank. The guarantors for this loan, we also expect everybody to carry out their responsibilities, because this loan is a revolving loan. It is the plan and the dream of this administration that every trader in Akwa Ibom State should be a beneficiary of this scheme.
Now for the traders, he's been giving loans, for them to sell, and it's been amazing. I really want to tell you that UDOM Emmanuel is the governor that we really needed in Akwa Ibom State. We prayed for such a governor to be here. He has done great things. I think I give him 100% upon all the things he has done. He has made market women to enjoy whatever they are selling. He has been giving loans to the market women. He has been empowered the market women. He made us to really feel that truly we are women.
Behind every successful man is said to be a woman. Through the Family Enhancement and Youth Reorientation Path Initiative, FEREP, the signature program of the governor's wife, Martha UDOM Emmanuel, the lives of the rural people, particularly women, children and the aged, have been touched. Many poor, distressed and disadvantaged people who had never had a roof over their heads are today living happily in their own houses, courtesy of FEREP. This is in addition to other women empowerment schemes. It is such a thrilling and life-turning experience in which Mrs. Emmanuel's compassion, sensitivity and good heart have been well demonstrated. Taking a Human Development Index, one of the key human development indicators, it could rightly be said that Akwa Ibom State comes very close to a model human development entity where the meaning of life is given utmost due consideration by a people-oriented government. Governor UDOM Emmanuel is working and Akwa Ibom is working.
want to go home. I'm from Akwa Ibom. In case you don't know, Akwa Ibom,
Welcome to the new Akwa Ibom State. Today, through God's divine mandate, Akwa Ibom is blessed with Governor UDOM EMMANUEL, who is committed to the industrialization of Akwa Ibom State, passionate in human capacity development and empowerment, creative in the area of agriculture, reliable in superior infrastructure, and focused on the Akwa Ibom project. Be part of the winning team. Come, let's build Akwa Ibom together.
The progress of this state lies in the unity and love we show to one another.